Lieutenant Governor Kottkamp, obviously you are the acting Lieutenant Governor of the state of Florida. You recently just made the leap to run for AG. Why run for the AG position and not run for the governor position?
It's really a position I've trained for my whole life as a young attorney handling complex criminal matters in the federal court in Miami, and then as a partner at the largest law firm between Tampa and Miami, heading up the appellate division, representing hundreds of people all over Florida, representing cities and counties around Florida. And of course, as a member of the Florida House of Representatives, where I passed legislation to increase penalties for repeat violent felons, passed legislation to provide the Attorney General's office with more power to take actions against acts of discrimination. I sat on the Attorney General's transition team when Governor Chris was elected Attorney General, and as Lieutenant Governor, I've had a whole host of responsibilities, including overseeing the Office of Drug Control. And this has given me an opportunity to work with the 67 sheriffs of Florida, with the state attorneys of Florida, to make sure that we have an organized plan of attack against crime, particularly when it relates to drug abuse here in Florida. So as I look back over my life, I see that I've really prepared my whole life for this position. I have a real passion for the office of Attorney General.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is you're a very popular Lieutenant Governor, so I just figured the natural step would be up to Governor. But because you sound pretty passionate about the AG, so I guess it would be a perfect fit for you. Now, a lot of people, also in my audience, they're not familiar with the position of the AG. What exactly does the AG do, the Attorney General, and what are some of the responsibilities?
The Attorney General really is the lawyer for the people of Florida. And it has a multifaceted approach to this. One, I think that you use the Attorney General's office to have that organized plan of attack to make sure, as an example, last week I announced a statewide task force on prescription drug abuse to make sure that we bring to bear all the resources from all the state attorneys, from all the sheriffs and local law enforcement officers, from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, from the DEA, bring them all together and make sure that we're all on the same page, all fighting the same battle in the same way together. And I think you can use the Attorney General's office to do that. The Attorney General's office also makes sure that we protect the consumers of Florida. If there's a bad product out there like Chinese drywall, then you do something to try and protect the citizens of Florida. You make sure that those are committing fraud, that are stealing the life savings of our senior citizens, that you go after them and make sure that they're put behind bars. And of course, the cybercrime unit, looking out for our children and protecting them from online predators. These are all things that you do in the Attorney General's office, not to mention the fact that as Attorney General, you sit on the cabinet. So you serve as the board of directors with the governor, with the CFO, with the Commissioner of Agriculture, and oversee things like the land use policies of the state of Florida, and oversee the pension fund.
Now, you just mentioned some of the duties. Big problem that we're having in Florida due to the big wave of illegal immigration. There aren't many laws in the books that that really enforce these laws. Or there are, but they're not enforced. If there's laws on the books now, would you enforce those first? And secondly, if there's new legislation that passes to the legislature, that curtails a lot of this illegal immigration and the actual crime that comes out of it? Would you be strongly promoting those the enforcement of those laws?
When you take office, you put your hand on the Bible, and you swear to uphold the laws and the Constitution of the state and the nation. And I think you have a responsibility, especially as the chief legal officer of the state, as Attorney General, to do just that. And to me, the low-hanging fruit there are these folks that are here illegally, that are breaking the laws and are crowding our jails. And I'll take it another step further than that. There's a debate in this country right now on health care. And I think it is an absolute violation of the 10th Amendment to the United States Constitution that the federal government would try to force the citizens of this country to buy anything. And as Attorney General, I would take action against the federal government, because that's what you're supposed to do. Preserve and protect not only the citizens, but the laws and the Constitution of our great land.
Now, recently, I want to say your boss, is that safe to say, or Governor Christ, he has taken a big hit in the polls and has become very unpopular around the state. Do you think that that is affecting or could affect your candidacy for AG? Mind you, you're your own person and you're very popular among just you yourself. But do you think that his downfall so far could and could affect your race?
Well, I think obviously as the second in command of the administration, there are some things that I'm proud of, like passing the largest tax cut in history. But in the end, as you said, I'm running my own race as my own man, and I think that people will have an opportunity to judge what I've done in the past as well as what I've done as Lieutenant Governor and see that I have a set of principles that I've always been guided by. And I believe very strongly that this country is the greatest country that's ever existed, that this was the first country in the history of mankind where the people said government is not the master, government is the servant. And as long as as an elected official, if you keep that principle at heart and realize that you're serving the people, then you're going to be just fine. I've always fought to lower taxes. I was chair of the Taxpayer Protection Caucus and filed bills every year to get rid of taxes. As a member of the legislature, that's a principle that I believe in strongly. I believe very strongly that government should get out of the way of the people, get out of the way of the free market. And I think that as people hear what I have to say and what I believe in, that will resonate with the voters of Florida.
Great. The reason why I ask is because, like I said, they think of Governor Chris, they think of Lieutenant Governor Kottkamp, hip attached to the hip. I don't agree with that, and that's why I asked you that question. Now, I have a parking ticket. Is there anything you can do about that parking ticket?
I don't think I can.
Okay, but maybe when you're AG, I can maybe not pay it and send it up to you. I appreciate your time. Thanks, and I will be talking to you soon.
It's been a real pleasure. God bless.
Thanks.